throwing shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent.
So I know this topic has been beat to death, but I just want to chime in, man. We know what's happened this week. Charles Barkley called LeBron a coward and not competitive for wanting a backup point guard, and LeBron retaliated by going at Charles Barkley's passing credibility. Now, a lot of people are saying that LeBron won because Charles had no right to question LeBron in the first place, given his background, but to me, I think it is Charles Barkley who won this so-called battle. First, let's talk about what Charles said. He said LeBron is being a whiny blank because the team isn't making any moves. To be fair, he is correct. LeBron is being whiny. I mean, not only does he go to the media to express his discontent about the upper management instead of going to management themselves, this man basically cussed out the upper management in front of the media. I mean, F-bombs upon F-bombs, and I've just never seen that from LeBron. Barkley also said that the Cavs have already done everything for him. That's also true. They have the biggest payroll of all time, if I'm not mistaken. They went after Kevin Love when he came. They went after JR and Chumper. They re-signed Tristan Thompson to a contract that to me is too big just for him. Then they also made sure they re-signed JR again just for him. And then they traded for Korver. I mean, literally the only trade pieces that they have right now are bench warmers, and I don't think the Cavs can really get anyone useful out of those guys. Like, what else are they supposed to do, LeBron? What else? So in that regard, Charles is also right. Basically, everything Charles said is it's not wrong. That's why I think he won. And then you had LeBron coming back with his own comments about Charles Barkley. To me, talking about someone's past, talking about their personal life in front of the media is just over the line. Hell, if I tweeted about someone's family on Twitter with me only having 1,000 followers, that would be wrong on my part. But for LeBron to do it in front of millions of people, that's just over the line to me. That's just over the line to me. Hell, even if Charles was trying to ruin your legacy, which I don't think he was, is that a reason for you to talk about a person's personal life? All Charles talked about was basketball. Hell, he even said LeBron was the best player in the world when he was going on that rant. But LeBron wanted to talk personal though, so okay. In that sense, it just seems that Charles has gotten into LeBron's head, and the fact that LeBron took it that far to me makes Charles the winner. But I do see where and why LeBron would say the things that he did. I mean, at some point, especially when you're a guy like LeBron, you will break, and this was LeBron's breaking point, and I don't fault him. Not everyone's perfect, I get it. Even LeBron James is not perfect. Added to the fact that his team has been losing too many games, and the fact that he's leading the league in minutes, and added to the fact that the Warriors just obliterated the Cavs a couple weeks ago by 40 and are looking invincible right now, I get where LeBron is coming from. And to me as a fan, I wouldn't mind seeing an angry LeBron, especially against these Golden State Warriors. But to me, this beef has actually showed us a big problem in the NBA, and that is the Golden State Warriors. This whole beef has just proved to me that KD really has ruined the league, at least this season with his move. Okay, I think we all consider the Cavs and the Warriors as the top two teams in the league. It's them and then everybody else. But the fact that the Cavs have literally done everything, the fact that they can't do any more, but LeBron is still demanding more from his team, just shows that the gap between Golden State and Cleveland is bigger than we think. And if the gap between the top two teams is that big, just imagine the gap between the rest of the league. I mean, we literally have a team in Golden State that is statistically the best offensive and defensive team in the league. First in points, first in assists, first in steals, first in blocks, first in offensive rating, first in defensive rating, first in points off turnovers. I can keep going. Hell, the only weakness that I saw in Golden State was the rebounding, and they're 5th in the league in that category too. Like, what else can any team do to stop the Warriors besides combining 4 superstars together? But the new CBA doesn't even allow that either. In what other year is having LeBron James, 2 other All-Stars, and a plethora of great role players that would be starters on other teams not enough to win a championship? So in conclusion, fuck KD. The Washington Wizards are looking scarier and scarier by the day, and John Wall is proving to me by the day that he is the second best point guard in the East this season. And let me repeat that to the bandwagoners and to the hype beasts. This season. But in all honesty, in just a matter of a week, the Wizards have become arguably the best team outside of Boston, Toronto, and Cleveland, and that is pretty impressive considering how they've started. Their starting five looks complete. John Wall and Bradley Beal are playing like the all-star backcourt that they should be. Otto Porter is becoming one of the best 3-and-D guys in the league, and all is headed by experienced Scott Brooks, who has had experience in the playoffs. The Wizards could be a very scary team to face in the playoffs, that's all I'm saying. Every week, this team just gives me something to talk about, and I'm loving it. The Boston Celtics this week took the Raptors' crown as the second seed in the East and are only 2.5 games back from the first seed. This team has been playing like a team that can go all the way to the conference finals this year, by the way they've been playing lately. And if y'all thought I was gonna do this video without talking about Isaiah Thomas, you are extremely wrong. I'm sorry, but in my eyes, Isaiah Thomas may just be the third best candidate for the MVP this year. When you talk about guys that carry their team, that put up stats and produce wins for their team, the only guys I can think of that don't have voter fatigue syndrome and are actually in that, top 3-4 seed in their conference are Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Isaiah Thomas. I mean, I'll probably have a more in-depth video about this, but I'm proud that IT is finally getting the recognition he deserved. Okay, I already made a video on this topic, so to see where I think Melo should go, click right here or just look at my recent videos. But it seems like a Melo trade is just imminent. Phil Jackson, I think, has realized that he has made noob moves upon noob moves, and combined with his ego, Melo is his target right now. But in all honesty, I just want Melo to succeed, and I think it's come to a point where the Knicks fans know, Phil Jackson knows, Melo knows, everyone knows that he ain't winning one in New York. But with that being said, that should close out the first week of my weekly NBA recap. And speaking of that, I want to try to do this every week because I'm sorry, as much as I want to make these analytical videos and historical videos, I can't put up 3 of those in a week given the time I put into each one. And because they're historical and analytical, there will be a point where I run out of ideas or repeat ideas just because I've already done everything I can. So at least with these recaps, you can expect one video from me every week that's new, that's fresh, that's something that I've never done. And before you say I'm just copying SDC, I have talked to him if it's alright with him that I'm doing something similar to his, his daily recaps, and he did say he's fine with it. So shout out to SDC for that. Also, if you are watching this on Friday or early on Saturday, we will do the podcast on Saturday because it's Super Bowl weekend and because I'm actually going to the Celtics versus Clippers game. And speaking of that game again, I will try to vlog that experience and upload it the week after, plus my regular video schedule. So next week should be a pretty lit week for this channel. But with that being said, man, go Pats, and I am out. Peace.